Welcome to another instructional video on best practices in Prime Suite. This video will discuss orders tracking and some advanced tools for efficiency. Orders tracking can be reached by clicking the Orders link in the dark side, but it can also be found from the chart menu. One advantage from using this technique is to click on the breakout button that opens orders tracking in a new window. If you have a lot of orders to manage, it can be an easy way to bounce back and forth between a chart and orders tracking without having to reload your list. Give this a try. I think you'll find it helpful when your list is getting longer. The next thing I'd like to point out is the traditional view of orders list each order separately and individually, and when your list is long, this can be quite crowded. There's an advanced way to view your list, and I will demonstrate first what it looks like by switching my view. And this clusters all orders for the same patient under one list. It then lets you break down those orders separately and individually. The other advantage is that there's an additional breakout button that'll let you see a snapshot of the results. The results can be viewed individually or can be graphed against prior results. This happens to be a test patient, so there's not additional lab values. You can also skim several results and see which one is the most critical, so you can direct your task and management from one result as opposed to generating multiple tasks for the same patient. Note that some results do not display as they do not have numeric values. X-rays and other results likewise don't show up with a sample result. To make this change in orders tracking, you pull down the admin access link here and switch group by orders ID to patient ID. In the standard view, it will be set to none, and select patient ID and save your preference and run the filter. You can then manage each of your results similar to prior workflow, but I will review that again here. Opening a result, you can view, edit. The first priority would be to sign off the result. In this case, you've already had a chance to view the results, and so you can just sign the document. You can also see that I left myself a breadcrumb here that the last potassium was 2.8. And this can be done at time of order entry by editing the notes. This is also the place where you can leave notes to the radiologist. This context can help you or others coming after you to make appropriate assessments on why the test was done. Remember also that if you need to see the document from which the order originated, it can be brought in with that link to see why the order was done and who created the order. So this opens the document from which the order originated, and again this opens the patient chart. Just want to show this functionality because when you use the orders breakout window, you can enter Tony's chart and still hop back to orders tracking. Going back to manage the order then, you could go to follow-up, direct a task, leave any comments, and direct your task to staff. When you mark the order reviewed, it then drops out of your bucket. For your information, if this order was part of the comprehensive metabolic panel, as if it were a thyroid testing, you can mark this reviewed by simply selecting reviewed from the bottom of the list. If you had not signed off that document, or had not reviewed it, it would disappear from your orders tracking and you would have to track it down by other means. I'll take my last order, sign it off as well. And mark reviewed. Remember to try and consolidate your comments to a single task when possible. Note that with this new view, if you expand too many patients at the same time, clutter can make it difficult to figure out which results belong to which patient. I do recommend that you open only one patient at a time or limit it to 1 or 2 patients at a time. If your view gets overly cluttered, you can close this window and reopen orders tracking to reset your view. I do hope that this new view will be helpful. Again, it's made by changing the group orders by and selecting group by patient ID and save your filter.